Hi, welcome back to Kabul with Rajiv. Sometimes the moments between the big milestones in life can be quite confusing. For a moment, when you reach a peak, instead of feeling incredibly triumphant, you are dealt with the next big question, which is what next? What should I do now? And where am I going right now? I know it's been a while since I last made a video. I think it was last in December, and I've been planning to do a video for like 2 months now, but there were some personal changes that were happening in my life. I finally graduated from my course. After that, there was total silence because I thought it would be easy to make videos now, to write about whatever I want, and to post videos frequently. But that wasn't the case. And today I want to talk about those silences, the procrastination, and the endless pursuit of running behind something or the other in life. January 2025 was a turning point for me. I finally graduated after years of struggle. After the immense relief that I got right after graduation, I thought there will be a sudden burst of inspiration and I will be able to write so much that I'll be having no time left to do anything else. To be honest, there was a deafening silence because up until the graduation part, I was balancing both studies and my career in career as a content creator and a writer. But I think just after it finished, it kind of felt like, okay, now I've finished one part of whatever I wanted to do. And now when I actually want to do this thing, it kind of is causing some kind of a hindrance because I never expected this to happen. And with the sudden freeness or the relief that I got, I thought there should be a lot more stuff that should have been done, but somehow I couldn't do it. And I am looking for answers, but I don't find anything yet. In a world that demands constant attention and movement, I think taking that pause felt like a big mistake, a huge burden on me because I wanted to make videos immediately. I was like writing or trying to write so much, but somehow it didn't happen. And maybe that is one reason why I couldn't make a video for like 2 months now or 3 months now. And yeah, that is one reason why there are no videos on the channel. And we are starting now. I'm trying to make small changes and small improvements so that I can make consistent efforts and put down frequent videos. So yeah, I think that is probably that is probably the reason for not being available or not being active on the channel for now. So after graduation, I tried to force myself into action. I wanted to do a February challenge where I make a video every single day for the month of February, but I couldn't do it. Every day felt heavy. I began to realize that procrastination wasn't the only thing that was stopping me. There's also a deep inner resistance that was there to confront the unknown. I was afraid of making the wrong next move. Like, I didn't want to jump into the future without having a nice bound script. And that fear, that constant urge to perfect every moment, has left me feeling paralyzed. Have you ever noticed how fast our lives are moving nowadays? It's as if we are on a never ending treadmill, jumping from one thing to the other, like in Subway Surfers. We are moving from one deadline to the other without having a moment to just stop and think about ourselves. In our quest to be productive, we often forget to ask ourselves, are we really living or are we just moving? The pace of modern life nowadays can be quite overwhelming, and sometimes it makes us lose sight of what we actually should be, which is being ourselves, being present in the moment, finding our own pace and path, and sometimes just pausing. I began to wonder if the cycle of constant motion has become the norm because we always judge ourselves by our achievements, by our job, our salary, and our status, our ability to just push forward. And yet, in doing so, we miss the most important thing, which is to breathe, which is to take some time for yourself, do things for yourself, and feel good about yourself. More importantly, we forget that in the quiet moments of pausing, we can rediscover ourselves. As I confronted these feelings of paralysis and restlessness in life, I realized that it was time for a change in perspective mostly. I've always believed that every experience and every moment of stillness carries its own lessons. And so I decided to use this pause not as a period of inactivity, but more of reflection and rediscovery. I am excited to share that I'm embarking on a new journey, which is I'm writing my memoir, which is about my time here in Rome. It is a blend of all the things that have happened during the last 6 years and what are the things that I've learned here, my experiences, my opinions, and basically whatever has happened, or pretty much whatever has happened. I wanted to write about my experiences, maybe which can be useful for somebody else, and also about the beauty of this place called Rome. So probably later later this year this book might be out, and hopefully you guys can read it and let me know what you think of it. I'm also doing a couple of other projects, which is a skit series that I'm planning to do with a friend of mine. I'm trying to write the screenplay for the episodes and many other things. One of them is a novel, and I'm writing a project with Writer's Pouch as well. So yeah, there are so many things that are planned up. Hopefully the output will be there for everybody to witness soon. These projects are not just creative endeavors, because these are all the things that I wanted to do for a long time, and I realize that now is the time for me to take up all this time and energy, put in all my efforts, and be the writer that I claim myself to be. So these are also like a promise to myself that I won't be falling back into the trap of trying to be perfect in everything, trying to be as good as I could be maybe after level 30, but right now I'm in level 10. So I have to move up slowly instead of trying to look for level 30. So this is my plan. In the midst of all this, I've been thinking about how fast our lives have been and how we are impacted by all of that. Every day it seems like we are compelled to achieve more, earn more, study more, and whatnot. But this constant hustle to do more things is stopping us from being ourselves. You're not truly being yourself when you're constantly trying to impress or achieve things that you don't want to do. I often ask myself, what are we sacrificing in our race against time to do so many things? And how can we as individuals find a moment just to breathe? Perhaps it starts with the act of slowing down in life, to find a space for ourselves each day, to do things for ourselves, to get a moment of stillness and to connect with ourselves. This isn't about rejecting progress or productivity. It's about understanding that our worth is not solely dependent on how much we accomplish, but more on how fully we live our life, how deeply we can experience each and every moment. Personally, I'm working on carving out a space for myself where I want to recommend things to people, be it books, movies, podcasts, TV shows, music, and art, blogs, essays, whatever that is there, like, which is something that I wanted to do for a long time. I think I've done it previously on my newsletter. Now we are going to get it back. I want to create a platform where we can all share and talk about all kinds of art forms that there are. I want it to be a two-way conversation, because I want to share, but I also want people who are consuming it, or people who have the idea of sharing some things, to share it to me so that I can consume those things as well. Because we all have to replenish ourselves, because there's so much out there on the internet, and if one person suggests something to do, something to watch or read or something, then you have a piece of recommendation from someone that is deeply resonating with them, and so they're recommending it to you. So in that way, it is actually a very personal collaboration that we are taking it forward, and I would love to do that more with you guys. I want this channel to be a community where you can share your triumphs and struggles. I know that many of you out there who are following me have been going through situations of struggles, and many have felt the weight of expectations and the pressure to keep moving forward. And sometimes all we need is a reminder from someone we know, to just ask us to pause, to wait, to think, to understand what's going on, and to just take a moment for ourselves. What do you do when life gets overwhelming? What do you think that helps you to gain your sanity back? How do you create a space for a moment of stillness, to get away from the chaos and to just be calm? Let's start a conversation here to understand what we can do to slow down in our lives without losing the sense of our purpose. Also, if you are interested in these kinds of topics, I would invite you to join our Telegram group. So far, we have like 7 or 8 members. We don't talk yet. We want to talk about movies for now, but The group is not restricted to anybody, so you can just join it. The link is in the description. It's a space where we can discuss art, creativity, and the small yet significant way of improving our daily lives. Thank you for being here with me today, for understanding that sometimes silence is not absence but a space for growth. I'm beginning this new chapter with a renewed confidence, reflection, and commitment to creativity. I hope that by sharing my journey, you might find your own. Remember that we are all in this together, and each moment we take to breathe for ourselves is a victory. Let's embrace our imperfections, slow down when we need to, work on all the good things that we want to do, keep moving forward at our own pace. I am grateful to have everybody who's been following me for the last 1 year. I look forward to exploring what we have coming up in 2025. Until then, take a moment for yourself, be kind to others, check on your friends, and let's keep the conversation alive. Thank you very much. Ciao, ciao.